Alright. Hopefully I am live. Stream keeps dying, which is really annoying. Yesterday? No, it was Wednesday? Whenever I last streamed, it was a short stream because the internet died. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday, like really late. Hey, scroll on. So the stream died, and I didn't want to keep playing because I couldn't stream anymore. But I did. I was looking through my notes, see if I can pull something up, and I was trying to see if I can figure out some of the puzzles. One second. But yeah, I was looking through my notes, and I was trying to. So yeah, I was just organizing my. I did very minor amounts of organization. So I just kind of just grouping some of the stuff in folders, so that instead of having 700 files in a folder, I only have 300 files in a folder. There's still gonna be a lot of page flipping, but I think one of the issues I have in the game right now is just my notes aren't very good. I'm just taking screenshots because there's just so much information in this game. In some ways, I kind of regret not just doing the full La Mulana style notes where I just write everything down after all, and it's screenshots are being lazy, but like in the end they were very hard to like look through, and I think if I actually just wrote them down, it would have made things a lot easier. Anyways, I was looking here. Let me see if I can pull up some of these screenshots. So I was messing with a new clue again. Let's see, window capture. This one. Did you find my last streaming? While I was streaming, no. This was like after I was streaming, so I don't have video of this. So I'm gonna just go over what I did. So I was just looking through these pictures, and one thing I was like thinking about was like, well, I was trying to figure out what the cipher meant. I was like messing with because like I was like, well, the different color here, like this I already figured out before. Those colors, I'm pretty sure, are referring to these colors, the same colors, and they also say how in here they highlight covers. So like they're basically like when I was thinking about like what are these highlights supposed to be telling me? It's like, well, these are covers, so these are the color of the covers. It's like, okay. And then I was like, well, I already knew that these covers are just from here. They're saying, oh, Draft of Sixes is an anagram of the Fixed Stars, and Fixed Stars is an actual book. Draft of Sixes is not. It's like, okay, these are all anagrams of actual books. And it's like, okay, well, let's just go through the books. And I think I got one of them wrong, funnily enough. But yeah, so the red book is, Red Prince. The purple one is A New Clue, which is this book, and then this is, we already said is Fixed Stars. This one I think I said was the user manual, and I think it's almost, but actually it's like one letter wrong, which it might be that's unintended. I'm not sure, but it's not quite user manual. There's no S, and there's like a D instead, but it's like everything else is correct. So I was just like, wow, that sucks. But yeah, it's wrong. So this is actually Realm and Rune, which I think I initially was like, I don't think it's Realm and Rune because it has like an ampersand, and like if you don't count that, I was being dumb. If you write the word and, so it's Realm and Rune instead of Realm ampersand Rune, then this is just the anagram. So that's pretty straightforward. So I know the books are referring to these colors that seemed pretty straightforward. But I was like, well, I don't understand the cipher. They mentioned like, oh, the title page is page 1. And I'm like, well, if title page is page 1, I was like, maybe page A is like 1, B is page 2, and then the word is like the first word on that page. It seems pretty straightforward. And it's like, well, they have these XZ letters. And it's like, well, it's like there's a thing saying the way through, and they have the XYZ ABC. I originally just, it says all the way through. I just interpreted as this like wraps around. So it just saying like, oh, Z is the before A. So when it says page Z, they mean you go backwards a page, you go to the last page of the book, and then Y is the second to last page of the book, etc. But that was just giving me garbage. It was just getting nonsense, and it's like there's only so much you can get from a 4-word. If this is how it works, it's only 4 words. And they have library circle. I think library is saying that all the books being referred to are in the library, which, sure, whatever. But I was like, well, there's one other thing that's interesting about this sequence, and they say the way, is that this is a 6. This is 6 specifically. Like, maybe this isn't just like an example of going around. Maybe this is specifically a Red Prince is in the library. That's a good point. I wonder if this first one isn't Red Prince. I should look at my books again to see if this is a different book. I'll think about it. Maybe there's a second book in the library that is the Red Prince. So I was like, well, another way to interpret it is like, well, I do have another 6 code. I have a 6 long code, and they talk about the way, and I'm like, maybe everything in this book is like all connected. Well, there seems to be a couple other side things. I was like, well, there's on the same page they talk about, you know, they have you seen the signs? They talk about this thing. They talk about this guy here. They have the picture of the map, and we know dead end is the end of the path in through the metro, and they're saying maybe the path, and they're pointing to C here, so it says dead end to major key. So I think what this is saying is that the dead end value is C specifically. So look, the dead end is equal to the last value. So I think that's what this hint's trying to tell me. It's like, well, if there's a 6-letter code, we know dead end's the last value is equal to C. Maybe it's actually nothing to do with wraparound at all. This is just like that's just a red herring. And the actual information here is that this is like the first station, second station, third station, fourth station, fifth station, sixth station. So this is the station order, which is 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 13. And so I just replaced these letters with those numbers. And then I just replaced these letters with those numbers. And now it's like, oh yeah, in the green book, which is Realm and Rune, look at page 13, word 10. And then same thing for all the rest of them. And if I do that, then I actually guessing that almost makes sense, but maybe the Red Prince is wrong, and that's why that one is like a little weird. So the reason why when I did this, I was like, aha, this is correct, is because when I look at Violet, so Violet says it's page 1, and this is word 7. So if we actually look at, do I actually have a picture of world? I probably just scroll a bunch. Hold on. Let me just open up. I have a version of this open that just doesn't have the screenshot. So this is the whole book. You start on page 1. So this is title page is page 1. Well, we start from the top. Count 7 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I was like, oh, 7 is sundial. And as soon as I saw sundial pop up, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. 100% this is the answer, because the sundial has always been like the suspicious object in the game, and the fact that this word popped out made me be like, this has to be something. And so when I went through all the books, so we have this book, let's see if I can get to this. So the other one was Fixed Stars, and this is the blue book, and this is page 3, word 8. And there's like another reason I knew this right, because if it's like, well, word 8, like almost all these pages are like very short, right? But page 3, it's like, well, do I count like both sides as one page, or is it like 1, 2, 1, 2? But if you go here is 1, and this is 2 on the blank page, and 3 is the preface. You count 8, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's base. And I was like, well, this is a good probably sign, because this is a page that has like a lot of text. The fact that we landed on this page probably means that something is like something's like on the right side, right? And so I think that this is promising. And so if you go through, and in Realm and Rune, I don't know if I can get to that very easily, but in Realm and Rune, oh god, Blackbridge. Diary. Yeah, so this is just all the books. So in Realm and Rune, we go to page, it says page C, word A. So C is 13, so page 13, word 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this page. And then word 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, scorched. So like right now I have scorched sundial base, which like feels like, oh, that's like a thing. Like maybe I have to burn the sundial, which is it's not like, it's certainly a very random thing that I haven't tried. And then the other book was Red Prince, which maybe it's not Red Prince. Tender Cipher. I'm trying to remember like what else is in. It's not like Arindia, right? No, because if it includes history, there's an S, and this Arindia doesn't have like enough stuff in it. Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. No, that doesn't work. It's not drafting strategy, right? No, there's no C. Or maybe a library just means books, and not that it's specifically library books. Well, if I go to the Red Prince, page 1, it says word A, or page A, word X, which is page 10, word 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's turn scorched sundial base, which like almost makes sense. Like that's a fairly grammatical expression, right? But there's no scorched sundial base. Like maybe it's like I have to burn it, and then after it's burned, I can turn it. Like maybe that's what they're trying to tell me to do. But I'm also a little suspicious if I just like, maybe it's a different book. Trying to see if like what other books I even have. Like 5 of them are just drafting manuals. Yeah, there's only one other book, which is Swimbird, which just super doesn't fit in the Tender Cipher. So yeah, I think it's just the Red Prince. So that's my current train I want to follow is see if I can get a torch and try to go out and burn the sundial. Now it doesn't. I was like, oh, this kind of fits in nicely because it like, I mean, it used information from the map. I still haven't like figured out how the castle stuff. Yeah, I've drafted the treasure trove like 3 times now. I'm a little less interested in that than I used to be. I still think it's worth drafting. The reason why is that my like just intuition right now is that because the way the game seems to kind of have like been hinting things, like basically the whole idea of like draining the reservoir is like just I feel like the game kind of like considers that. I mean, I guess there'd be multiple paths, but I feel like the game kind of considers that I've like brute forced it effectively, even though I don't really feel like that. Because there was a hint telling you to drain the lake, and that hint was in the same location of like where you get the treasure trove. Now it's kind of a bit weak because the treasure trove is also behind a lock, even though it's in the same locations behind a lock, but it is in the same location. So I was like, well, maybe they expected you, or like the intent was you'd find the treasure trove first, get the hint that there's something at the bottom of the lake, realize that there's like 1,000 billion locked doors and or locked chests, and then in the treasure trove you just get a random like piece of information about how the chests work. And I think the idea is that like every day you open a chest in the treasure trove and it gives you like some amount of information that like helps you solve the reservoir puzzle. So like I'm not convinced that the treasure trove actually has a lead that'll take me somewhere that's not the bottom of the reservoir. But I also have to keep doing because maybe it is something new. It might eventually give me something interesting. It just for now I'm kind of tempering my expectations. I'm not really expecting it to give me anything major. But if it does, that'd be cool. Um, Unfortunately, it's like it's awkward because it's like, do I really want to draw the like? I basically have to fish for this room a little bit, and um, it's I don't know. It's just like, do I really want to roll like 100 days trying to like just get all the hints out of this room? You think you made it more common? I mean, yeah. I mean, if you make it work. I don't know why one of these dartboard puzzles was like super long randomly. Okay, 31, 13. Wait, what? 31, 13. You missing a round somewhere? Oh, sorry, 11. I don't know how to subtract. Um, 51, 16. Okay, 2. This is 21, 19. Yeah, these are usually 3. Just one day apparently was just like 10 patterns long for some reason. I'll take this. It's a mass amount. Yeah, the amount of money is kind of ridiculous from the treasure trove. Like the fact that like every day, every day the amount of money goes up. Like after you do it like 10 times, that's just 50 gold already. like not including anything else. Let's hope they get a shovel. But I'm just not interested in money right now. Like, I just don't need to buy anything anymore. So, like, money is like already like a very solved from storeroom upgrade set. Yeah, it was really uninteresting. I thought there'd be like one that's like gives you like another key, and then like two that give you like a funny buff. But they're all just like stats go up. Like I kind of was really surprised that the storeroom didn't have like more going on. I also should probably make an effort to try to actually get do I have the I do. I should probably make more of an effort to actually get the telescopes. These telescopes are just so random, right? I have to go like all the way to the top, try to force roll the ladyship's room, and then just like pray that like leads to that gives me the thing I need. Like, I don't know. All of her rooms have a chance of a telescope? Maybe. I found I've only found it in her bedroom. And it's like really, it's also pretty uncommon. Oh, I guess we're not getting this today. Do I really want to get the jackhammer? This is a horrible location. Sure. We have a lot of steps today. If I got this earlier, I would actually have rerolls to try to force this room, but I don't know. It's that specific needing to get the telescope in needing to get the telescope like it just seems like a really annoying thing to try to force, because it just, my experience right now has been that it's quite rare still. So I need to get that plus the observatory to increase my like number of planets. I know there's like at least 5 planets. I'm on one of the planets, so there should be 4 planets I can observe, but maybe I can observe myself still. This is an orrery. Then there's like I need to get the metal detector. I don't know. It's asking for a lot of things to line up, and it's like not only do these things need to line up, I need to have it happen like 5 times at least. It's kind of annoying. All right, we got red fire or white fire. White fire. Red message. Handwritten. Let's see. The previous box in this room contained a true statement. I think this is true. And I think right now I have a lot of things that I'm like probably true, probably false, but previous box and true statements. I haven't trying to see if I have any hints that would like corroborate this one at all, but no, I don't. Okie dokie. Gotta run out of keys at this rate. And there's a planetarium, I guess, in a location. But I don't have the telescope, so don't care. I'll pull a library and look at the books again to see if there's a if this lines up with looking for something called Tender Cipher. There's no U in the curse. I don't think so. I think there's something else here. The only other things in the room are there's technically these books. But these books aren't. This is called Records, Mount Holly Records. Doesn't work. And then this one, Scrapbook, yeah. I'm still at 7 trophies. Okay, I want to get this music room. I've been trying to write down the music. So I got the music room on D5 and E1. This is D7. It's a garden key. And I already have the key card. That's it. I don't know. I'm not convinced that it's based off of position. But I don't want to rule it out. pattern. I'm gonna turn around so I don't have to keep going this way. Everything becomes suspicious. Yeah, I mean, I let's put it this way: it's a game that has an extremely large amount of possible information, and I like it when the game's basically like, oh hey, you don't actually like don't pay attention to it basically until we tell you it's important. And I feel like the game has like, I don't know, I felt like the game was pretty good about that until it stopped. At some point the game started being like, it started getting increasingly cryptic, and then it's like, well, now you have to like find random connections on your own, and there's just so much information that like it gets a little ridiculous, and it becomes a little unapproachable. Um, it's it's interesting because I think about this kind of stuff a lot. Like when you have a cryptic puzzle game, and I feel like a lot of games kind of end up going down the same road that Blue Prince does, which there's people out there who like it. It's not, I don't know if it's for me or not, but it's like, I don't mind if a game has like a huge amount of information as long as it makes it clear of like when that information is relevant. So like you can know to like, I can zone out a lot of the noise that the game is giving me as just like artistic design, and just kind of try to focus on the things that the game is telling me to focus on, and like letting that lead me down a path. And so like I can make the deductions and the interpretations or whatever from like the things that the game are telling me I should be paying attention to. Um, the problem is that it's so easy when you hit a wall that you have to kind of expand your horizons a bit, and then as soon as you expand your horizons even just a tiny bit beyond just like what you think the game is explicitly telling you to look at, you have to look at everything, because you don't know like what, it's like it's so wide. Imagine if you have like a um you have like a very wide basin that's like your search, like all the information in the game that's available, and you have a little like dent at the bottom of this basin, like a little dip at the bottom, and you're like slowly filling water in that dip, and like, you're kind of like have this like small area that you're trying to like explore, like that you're kind of filling with water, and then as soon as you like reach the top of that little hole at the bottom or whatever, the little ditch at the bottom of your basin, like the whole thing just fills in, like your water just spreads everywhere all at once. And like that kind of feels like what happens in these kind of games where it's like you just go from like, you can kind of like go along this path, and then suddenly it's like as soon as you hit a dead end in any way, and it's never like, oh yeah, the game's like, here's the point where you're on your own, the trading wheels come off. It's just wherever the player who's playing the game just gets stuck, right? And it's different for everyone. As soon as you get stuck, you just have to kind of just go everywhere at once. And this doesn't just apply to puzzling. This applies to even like Metroidvanias and stuff like that. Like if I'm playing a Metroidvania or a Zelda game or whatever, and I'm exploring the world, and I'm like kind of going where I need to go, and I'm following kind of like the leads of the game are giving me. As soon as you like no longer know where you have to go, you have to re-explore the entire game. So like if I'm playing say like a Metroid Prime game, and if there's like no hints for like the keys that you need to beat the game, and I'm playing through, and I've like got all the major items, and I'm missing everything except for like one of the keys, then like I have to still re-explore the entire game to find this one key. But if I didn't get stuck and like I understood what the hints were telling me or whatever, then I never have to do that. I can just always just keep following the leads the game are giving me and never have to like re-explore and wander around aimlessly trying to find a missing thing. And so like this is like always kind of a problem that these games run into. Um where it's like and like where you get stuck is different for different people. Some people will never get stuck, some people will. Um and yeah, so same for like these kind of games, like puzzle games. And so in some ways the other approach is where you basically try to like strip everything down and be a lot more minimalistic. So like in a puzzle game, it could be just like if something's relevant to the game, it exists, right? Like all of the like small details and like little books on the shelves and like figurines on the wall, like if it, like they all have information, right? Like literally every single book placement, the how they're placed in a room has like something encoded in the message in the color order or the sizes or whatever. Like everything's got information, and so like there's not anything that doesn't have information. But like there's just so much information in the game that just can't possibly be true. So like a more minimalistic way is like you can imagine like all the rooms were like really bare bone and they just had like a very small amount of things in the room that were just relevant. Um, but I think that wouldn't really work in the game like this. Like another way you can have it happen is that like the game changes. So like more details get added as you play through the game. So like the information that you need. So for example, let's say like forgetting just like arbitrarily. Like let's say there's like various like hints and information to combine like find the sanctum keys or whatever. But that information like literally doesn't exist, right? Like the things that tell you how to get the sanctum keys and like getting the keys himself is just not in the game. It's inaccessible. But like as soon as you reach room 46, that like spawns a whole bunch of things in all these rooms, and now you have to like re-explore the entire mansion to try to find all this information that's there. And then like as soon as you see like, oh, this wasn't here before, this is a new piece of information, this must be relevant for a sanctum key. And so like the nice thing about that kind of approach is A, it gives you a reason to like re-explore the castle and like actually like look over things again. And B, it also has this like extra effect where it's like it's a lot more clear when something is like, oh hey, this is information and this is not information, because you if it's new, it's information. If it's not new, it's probably not information for like this puzzle. But like that's just like a way to do it. There's downsides obviously, because if like you don't know what's new and what's old, then it doesn't really help you. Like yeah, I don't know. Everything that's information is labeled. Yeah, like you can think about like in like La Mulana as like an example. Um, a vast majority of the information is all on tablets. So like if you read a tablet, it's generally information. Now that gets violated pretty badly in that game, so it isn't really the best example, because La Mulana has, you know, information in like scannable murals and what enemies in the room and so on and so forth. And a lot of the tablets start having just like not helpful information or redundant information. So, but like the idea of like you can constrain like all the hints are like a certain kind of information. So like all the information in the room you can like is not important, or maybe it is important, but like you know that the core like root of the hint is like exists in the tablet kind of thing. So like even they had like a thing like, oh yeah, you had to use some like, oh yeah, you had to know that to do a thing because there's a certain enemy in the room. Well, that information telling you to do that and pay attention to that enemy and do that thing in that room was on a tablet. So like I think that is generally true. Like almost everything that all the things that you need to be doing are told stem from a tablet. There are like some things that come from um NPC dialogue, but not really. NPC dialogue generally is a lot more straightforward. Usually aren't very cryptic, and so I think Llama is pretty good about that. It's just sometimes critical information that you need is still like hidden behind scannable like murals and stuff like that. That is not there. And occasionally there is some. I'm not to explore any specific hints, but there are like occasionally like a hint or two, a puzzle or two that like the critical information you need. Like there are tablets that tell you like, oh, you need to do this thing this place, or there's like a hint about some concept in the game or whatever. And but the kind of like the major breakthrough to make you figure out like what like some major some important piece of information that lets you connect two tablets together in some way is like not on a tablet. Like that's like information that's like exists in the world in some way. um but yeah, in this game there's it's I don't know, most things that are hints are on an interactable object, I feel like. But I wonder how much that's been violated. Like generally speaking, if I can interact with a thing and I can it's usually you pick up a piece of paper and it's on a picture or a piece of paper and like all the information's there. But I wonder how much stuff I've gotten that's like not in that kind of form. I mean, I guess there's stuff that's like based off the arrangement of how you've drafted a bunch of like items or a bunch of rooms affect things. This box statement is both true and false. I think that's just false. The blue box contains gems if the statement is false. Okay. This statement is as true as the white statement. I mean, these can both be true and this is false. Sure. The chess pieces? Yeah. I think in that's true. Basically all the safes have not been interactable. That's true. All the information you need to solve the safes is just like usually just some object in the room. The bonus. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, the chess boon or whatever. Yeah, so yeah, I think there is like a lot of things in this game that just um they don't make it clear what's information. But like you walk in a room like this, right? And it has like 800 different like items that are like very different just collection of things. And I'm just like, okay, is does any of this mean anything? And like I read this book and I'm just like, what does it mean? Some random words are like all caps. Like today, stupid. Today if he does not. Today's a good day. Like I don't know. Does this mean anything, or is this just a book about like the relationship of the two brothers? Yeah, they mention a plane, and I'm like, okay, cool. Can I like have said plane? No. Okay. Okay. I'll get the torch. Clock tower. Oh yeah, the clock tower hit. You just stand the clock. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a mix. I guess it's like not like a big deal. I don't know. To be honest, more than anything else, it's just like this game just has like too much. It's just too much available to you at once, so it's very hard to kind of. It's really hard to kind of like. I've never really got to a point where I was gonna sit down and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna just go through my all my notes and try to solve all the puzzles in my notes." And it's like I never do that because I just have so much shit. And then the other thing is that like the random nature of the game is pretty frustrating. It was fine when I basically always could get something new, but now I'm just like I'm just trying to get something specific. The gems are not in the black box. This statement is true is a statement on the black box. Okay. This doesn't mean this just has to be true, right? Or if these are both true, if this is false, no, it means the black box is true. Yeah. So just this one just says black box is true and it has to be true, and then this one says in the white box. I think that's just how it works. How many Mechie rooms? I only have one, right? The ballroom's just terrible. I don't entirely disagree. It feels interesting. I don't know. So if I had to give a guess, because the other thing they include gave me a key, electronic key, I feel like this might also be an electronic key. It was common. Yeah, I don't know. All the rooms that you have to kind of like keep returning to periodically are like you're trading steps for a resource effectively. Oh, okay. What did that do? I can turn the scorched sundial. Oh, I can burn here. Oh. Can I burn? I also turned this on. I think that's something I forgot to mention. I didn't know if that did anything. Yeah, there's definitely a number of rooms out that I've been like, this room feels like it'd be really good, and then like I like actually get it. I'm like, I never need this room. Like in some ways, I kind of wish that like when I'm at this stage of the game, I have just like the full conservatory available to do whatever I want. Can I not burn this outside one? So what am I trying to set this to? Great. You thought I was done. Wait, but that wasn't satisfying. I wasn't trying to solve it. What is the actual information for this? Oh, these just line up probably. Okay. I'll take that. Okay. Well, this is like the opposite of what I wanted. Instead of getting a key, I got another lock. Great. Well, maybe putting 2 in will make the third one appear. Maybe let's like open the gates or something. I don't know. I feel like I probably need all 3, so. Yeah. Great. Well, that dead ended real fast. I solved it, but apparently I don't have like enough. See, now I wonder if I like wasn't supposed to have figured out the new clue solution yet, and I've like skipped a step. But that's feels possible. I want to leave these here. I don't know. I wish. I feel like the new clue has to have like another hint then, right? Because now 2 of the hints have dealt with this stupid room. All right, let me look in the new clue again. So there's one other thing I haven't used in here that I'm aware of is these dead cases. I don't know what this means. I haven't deciphered these 2 these 2 clipboards. In this one, this has like a list of names on it. I don't know what this information means, if anything. I use Bo Lee because it was just a 3-letter name, but I don't know. I don't know. We had the clocks in this room that thought maybe could do something, but apple, banana, orange. Like, is this somehow like the critical information that I'm missing? Maybe I should check out the pantry again. I don't know. This has a king here, which... Whenever you need 3 fruit in the first room? How would you even do that? How do you get more than 1 fruit in a room? This doesn't really look like The Office. If I... So I also haven't used this. It says the suspect is a key. And we had the suspect list. Oh no, these are dead cases, not sus. No, these are suspect lists. So maybe they're just saying that the suspect on here is... Yeah, 1 from the secret guard. That's the only thing I could think of. I don't even say it's easy. It can happen. Like, you can get, like, I know you can get 3 fruit by, like, in the bunk room, because that can spawn 2 fruit, and then you can secret garden fruit. I mean, it's so random. But the 2 of the fruit are going to be the same. You're not going to get 3 different fruits. No, the only reason I was thinking about the pantry is because the pantry specifically mentions, like, collecting the 5 of each fruit. Like, what if I spawn the pantry and then, like, don't eat the fruit? I don't think I've done that before. But yeah, I mean, I guess this is like an admin key, right? Bo Lee is an admin key. But I don't know. There's also like, yeah, A key just be admin key. Yeah. I don't know. Did I try the other names in this list? I tried Bo Lee. I don't know if I ever used other names. Let's like, I guess, briefly try that, since I was suspicious of Bo Lee, but maybe they're all special. So we got Bali R, Scott R, May H, Dylan Sandra, Riscal Charles, Clark Christoph. Yeah, it's just Bo Lee. Yeah. I don't even know what that information got me. So I have this like sticky note here. I have no idea what this means. There was a thing about the replacement archive like server racks, which I've done nothing with. In the freezer. I tried thawing them out and then coming here, and it didn't do anything. The only thing interesting about... The only thing I feel like that could be useful about the freezer server, like, unless there's a way to turn it on. I don't know, maybe I haven't been in the thawed freezer with the torch. Or maybe the battery pack. I don't know. Maybe I need an item in the freezer after I thaw it. But like, it has like, it's something like this where it's like a pattern of dots on it, and I'm like, well, maybe the pattern of dots means something, but I haven't, no idea. And yeah, I don't know what this guy means. 1 space 100. Or there could be I's and O's. Like I haven't looked through this stuff too like closely. Maybe they mean it should be like this. Like 1100. I mean, there's like a space though between these two. Like 1 space 100. But yeah, I mean, I feel I'm going down leads, like going down the wrong leads right now. Maybe it's in the admin log somewhere. I don't know. Right now, that sticky note doesn't mean anything to me right now, and I don't know how to begin to take anything from it because it's just such a short, like small amount of information encoded in it that. Like, I feel like there's something else in that room that has like the same message, and maybe it's like telling me about hidden codes in the game, but like, it's such a short sequence. Um, don't. I don't know. What do I even want right now? That was my one lead. I don't even know what to do. I had like a breakthrough and it went to nothing very quickly. Can try for trophies again. I mean, I kind of have been. Like trophies are just been I've been like very just slowly working on. Oh yeah, the other thing in the new clue was there was a picture of a room that's like there's so many things going on. There's like boxes, there's lightable candles, and there's like a castle tower, and there's like the statue of Orinda. Or like a rook tower. I wonder if this is where castle is. I wish I knew how to interpret the castle clue. Like none of this information leads to the castle clue. Unfortunately. Oh, I guess we just don't have access to all this. There's shoes in here. Didn't I spawn a bunch of mail? I spawned one mail. Okay. In case it wasn't explicit in emails, I decided to contact DC Power directly, get some additional usage instructions on the back system they installed. Information is actually as much for me as it is for you, as I often spend 10 minutes in the utility closet just pressing random buttons until I come with the desired results, but I rarely understand exactly how I get there. After half an hour on hold, I finally get to speak to a technician who personally designed the system and compiled a list of helpful operating instructions. I'll add that material in the separate sheet, including this letter, as I always hope it's helpful. If 5 of the 6 are the same color, pressing the 6 indicator will always sync the other 5. If 6 of the lights are green, pressing any of them will result in a blue. If 6 lights are purple, pressing will result in a white. If an indicator pressing a blue indicator will turn it off and flip both its neighbors to blue. Unless their neighbors are red, in which case they turn it. Yeah, and this is just useless. Like, they're just telling me how to solve a puzzle that I've like solved like 1,000 years ago. Apparently an item can spawn in this room. That's like kind of crazy. I don't think like I've ever seen an interesting item spawn in this room. I keep like expecting this to have literally. This is such a weird room. It's like a dead end room with like no negative effect. It just exists. The letter in the master bedroom, the one he's like, with my dying breath, I must tell you the most important information that you are, and then it ends. Just to make me feel bad in case I get a new key. I still don't know why that sounds like a train. Every time I'm like, what is this sound effect? Let's head back up to coat check. God, this is such a funky layout. But yeah, I mean, I have been slowly working towards whatchamacallits, um the billiard room puzzle trophy or whatever. All right, what was in the book? They wanted me to potentially try getting apple, banana, orange. I don't know. there like an orange somewhere? Seen lots of bananas. I don't think I've seen any oranges spawn. Saw like one apple and just a whole bunch of bananas. Cannot find an orange. I don't know. The way the security room shows the items is also weird. Yeah, the information is kind of useless. It's not entirely useless, it's just mostly useless. Nice day. Was it? I don't know. It's like the same as all my days. I like haven't gotten anything. I don't know. I guess I solved the puzzle, but like the solution was just another locked door. Like, cool. Oh, you're being silly, I guess. Oh, 69. Sorry, I'm too stupid. Um, sure, we'll hobble it up today. I don't remember ever sleeping in the hovel doing anything interesting. Never draft a hovel. Yeah, it's not a very good room, but there was like a hint about it. I just haven't I don't feel like I've successfully done anything with that information. Yeah. Here, one second. Let me pull it up for you. So it's in the diary. So in the diary, they talk about just sleeping in various rooms and they having like different effects. And how like they have a lot of trouble sleeping. So they say like, oh, it's my room, it's the guest room, the bunk room. These are all purple rooms, right? Sleeping in all the various purple rooms, and then they stop, and they don't go through all of them. They go through like five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 of the rooms, and it's like, well, what are the effect of all the other rooms if you sleep in them? And they haven't like, they kind of just leave it open. Um, a lot of rooms I slept in, kind of, I feel like it doesn't have an obvious effect, so I don't know what it does. Um, but and then they have a page saying like goodbye, I like becoming a grandmother, etc., etc. And then there's like this one extra page here, and it's a map. And like, well, what is this a map of? And you're like, well, this is a map of the outer room, right? Like, here's the path, the bridge. This is like the path to the garage. This is the river it goes through, and this is the outer room. And you're like, okay, cool. Why is there a picture of the outer room here randomly? Like, what is this telling me? This also looks like the antechamber like symbol, but I don't know if that's just a generic room symbol. Not sure. But it does imply it has 4 doors or whatever. But what's interesting is like this whole book is about sleeping in the bedrooms. So like there's a bedroom in the outer room and it's the hovel. So I think that's what the hint's telling me to do. It's there's something about the hovel. And I don't know what to do with it. I didn't actually grab the item. Good job. So that's the hint I've been like sitting on, but I've tried staying the night in that room and nothing seemed to have happened. So I don't know. What? Why is this one really easy? Huh? Is the one gonna be like mega long or something? It's not short. 8 uh 10. Yeah, I guess this is like the final exam for real this time. 10. Oh, I was wrong. Great. Time to take the exam again. 2. 14. 100 minus 40 is 60. It's 10. 31. Oh, plus I didn't see this one. 31. 23. 3. Okay. 6 plus 3 is 9. Squared 81. 80. 66. 16, 32, 30, 3, 10. All right. Yay. That's number 10. Now we can buy the upgrade. If I can get the room. And I probably also need like 5,000 gold. Hello, gallery. So, I'm starting to finally get enough stars to be getting rewards again. Yeah, I'll take that. But yeah, my trophies aren't very obtainable, unfortunately. Unless, I mean, I have to do all the new game plus stuff, basically. Chamber of Mirrors counts as a dead end? Interesting. Well, it worked for one room and stolen the lever. I like how I didn't find this lever here. Even though I like had gone through this room like 20 times. I feel like there's like more to do here. Like if you power the furnace, it gives you a key. Which like, cool. Room just fails if the furnace is sheltered. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, so there's this guy. These are the exact same patterns twice. I think I checked. Yeah. I don't know what's in this information. Like that you learn this admin key? That admin key doesn't even work. I don't know what this is getting me. You actually can't get those because your accounts refreeze. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have to do with that. Yeah, see, I was saying there's multiple different. I think it was earlier. It's like there's multiple different maids' room or servants' quarters. Like one has like a little statue here of Mila, and one just has like some sewing threads. I think the statue's the only difference. I haven't seen any other differences, but maybe it's not the only difference. But I think it's just random, it feels like. There's something like its position or. And it's not like alternating because I've, tried that. They don't. It's like sometimes I've gotten the same like thing twice in a row. Right. I need to go to the furnace. I want to buy that. Okay, these stayed open. Not, that's what I expected. They were like a permanent unlock. Like, when is an item will spawn in here? And I'm gonna be like, what? It just seems like an empty room. The den is like still suspicious. But then you have the chapel. Maybe. Draft the sixes. Alright, well, how much does this thing cost? 400. Each blue room drafted on the 8th rank will contain a hidden blue memo. What? Oh god. Okay, well, that's 400 gold is a hard number to get. I'm not getting it today, that's for sure. Give me the frozen money. Okay, I'm gonna try to not... Oh, I literally didn't even get any food this time. Yeah, it's insane where apple, banana, orange, which is it's just the order of their like power, right? I'm not sure I'm picking anything up. Well, I was hoping to get the sauna, but nope. I never walked into the study, so I don't get the 8th rank bonus. Wait, I thought it's if you said you drafted. Oh yeah, reached, not drafted. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it gives me another goal, but it's an annoying goal to reach because I've never had that much money before. Like, I don't have like a way to like. I only have 50 gold, frozen to the next day. And I don't know. It's a really annoying goal because even after I reach it, it's just going to be like, oh, congrats. Well, now you have to keep drawing blue rooms on the 8th rank over and over until you get maybe information that's helpful. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I would expect so, but like I have to put another like 10 to 20 hours before I can finally start getting like that information out, and that's like not super appealing to be completely honest. Well, I should probably need to go. I have a bunch of meetings soon. I was really hoping that the blue tent wasn't going to be so expensive. I was hoping it wasn't going to be so expensive, and I'm hoping the reward wasn't going to be like draft a bunch of rooms randomly for a very long time. Like between the what's it called? Like the blue tent now and the treasure trove, it's like the game just wants me to just keep running through the halls like over and over and over. And I don't know if I have it. I don't know if it's for me. I really wish I could find this last key, and I really wish I could find these sanctum keys. All right, well, thanks for watching. Sorry for short stream.